Guys, what is up? What is going on? Today's gonna be super fun, super exciting, because we're gonna do something different. No, we are not doing, and by the way, when I said that, it said 33.3. Oh my God, how is this happening all the time? The angels are with us. Someone said, hey, what about if them angels was actually extraterrestrials? How would you know? Did like the same thing. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna have a lot of fun today because we're gonna be doing Blender. We're gonna be doing 3D digital art. And it's been a while. We did have one other SDHO where we sort of were in different waters, which was the digital art for music producer ones, which I would go back and watch it because it was really cool. We started with like Final Cut Pro, where I basically just did like digital art things to give you guys ideas. And then we finished with some Blender stuff. Really cool. I think it'd be a very fun hangout. But here's the thing, guys. We're gonna be doing Blender today, and I'm gonna teach you the very, very basics. Don't turn off this video. Oh, there's my natal chart. Blender.org. Don't turn this thing off. Even if you're like, dude, I have absolutely zero interest in like ever doing a 3D art program, which by the way, guys, Blender is free. And we're gonna create a basic scene. We're going to render something. Why do I say that? Well, you've probably heard render. You know, that's like what you do in any sort of digital art, specifically in CGI, which you don't even have to call it CGI. You can just call it computer graphics, more appropriately 3D computer graphics. And Blender's free, and you could make the case that it's the most powerful and best 3D computer graphics program out there. 3D virtual environments, 3D VFX. And I was like, hey, how is you doing that? Is you a sorcerer or some shit? And then I was like, oh, they're probably using like a 3D CGI. Like I didn't have any knowledge. I didn't even have any knowledge when I was working on those videos. But you know what they say, where there's a will, there's a way. And maybe this video might get you excited. So I'm gonna do some basic stuff. You don't have to know Blender, and I'm gonna make it fun because you know I'm like basically like the best teacher in the universe. What I want you to do, whether you're interested in this or not, is have fun with me, hang out with me, and I want to give you ideas. Maybe you don't even know like this stuff exists, and maybe this might start a new journey for you, and then we can go on that journey together. Because I'll be honest with you guys, like even though I've been doing Ableton for 10 plus years straight, like never stopping, like this isn't like Blender's kind of like, or like digital art's like my favorite thing now, and it's kind of been that way for the past few years. And I want to cut some of these in here. Also do more like traditional digital art stuff, kind of like Photoshoppy stuff, After Effects stuff, but I like do that merging Blender, but then also merging Final Cut Pro, which is a video editor that's got a lot of those tools. So today's gonna be Blender. So if you, so we're gonna be jumping in, and again, guys, I wanna just show you, I like to, sometimes I even say about my Ableton stuff, I'm giving ideas, okay? So like watch this, don't be like, oh, what did he do there? What did he, don't, none of that. Maybe if you know Blender, you can follow along that way. Just see these things, say, ooh, that can be done, and maybe get excited. So I'm not gonna make it overly complex, even though I might go really fast. Like just have fun, because I'm gonna, because I know most of you guys are like music Ableton people, but like this is giving you ideas of what you can do, and Blender is free. It's open source. And like they've got so many donors, like they've got like a team of like 20, 30 people. They come out with an updated version like every like 3 months, 4 months roughly. And every time you just get more features, remove bugs, and it's very powerful. So we're gonna be jumping in. Go to blender.org if you want, not even follow along, but like if you want to download it, go to blender.org, go to the download. Wonderful. get whatever version you need, and then install it. And yeah. Now, I must say, my friends, Blender. Now, I'm using an older version of Blender. I have not even used any of the 3.0 ones. It doesn't matter, like, if you know about Blender, which you probably don't, it's not really gonna matter, because the things that I do are gonna work across, like, the more recent ones. The reason why I haven't updated to the newer versions is because a lot of the features have to do with geometry nodes and, like, sculpting, and, like, those don't fit into my workflow that much. So, all of my projects are like optimized for this version. So we are gonna get going and flowing, and we're gonna create a beautiful little scene. So this is this 3D virtual, yay, look at this. Yeah, I'm just like scrolling the laptop, so you would do that with like your mouse or whatever. So we're gonna make something really cool, really simple, and I think you're gonna really enjoy this. So when you're in one of these programs, it's not as complicated as it seems, even though it can take a while to get used to. You're gonna have a camera, and right now we have a camera. I'm gonna go into the camera view, and look, we've got a nice little box. So what this box says is whatever's in the box is gonna get rendered. So let's insert a mesh, because we work with these polygons here. Look at this cube. Oh, this cube, it's so nice, it's so nice. I'm gonna rotate the cube. That's cool, that's cool. Now if you were to render it, I'm gonna go to render mode up here. There's nothing there. You'd say, hey, what is up with that shit? Why is there nothing there? Well, because there's not a light, silly. So in 3D, you know, we're not like faking light. We're not like using a program or trying to like make it happen. We're like straight up getting lights. You know, you're adding lights, you're getting accurate shadows, accurate lighting. You know, oh, I want it to be this weird color, and I'm gonna like rotate this sunlight thing here, and you know, I'm gonna you know, do this, and then I'm gonna crank it up, and you know, and then you're gonna go, okay, render this bad boy, give me some render. What do I have? I just have a cube and a light. What's gonna happen now? Now maybe it'll render. Actually, I'm gonna deactivate this sunlight just to show you. There's no light, so if I go up to render, it's gonna render, but it's gonna be black, because there's nothing there, there's no light. Look, hey mom, this is me first render. It's all, it's wonderful. Just go, aye, that's some shit. It's just black. Give me some color in chill. And then all you gotta do is add a little bit of light. Cause like, why the hell would you be able to render something if there was no light? That's what you gotta think. That's why you wanna learn this, okay? So now let's go up to render right here. Render that image right here. Look, mom, it's a new render. It's me second render. And she's gonna say, it still looks like shit. And you'd be like, mom, you're just making me go mental. I tried my whole life to appease you. What? Sorry, I hope that wasn't triggering for some of y'all. So anyways, we're gonna go back to this mode. It's the solid view mode. Just shows you the nice little polygon. Whoa, that's so cool. Push 0 to go back into camera mode. And if you go to the wireframe mode, yeah, you can see it's a wireframe, you know? So yeah. But let's go back into here, because I wanna tell you what we're gonna make today. And it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be simple, and it's gonna let you know you don't actually gotta learn that damn much to make cool ass stuff. Now, I don't want a square. Now, normally I do a square. Oh, it's raining. Hopefully you can hear the rain. It's like fat rain. You know what fat rain is? It's like heavier, like fatter, heavier rain. It gives a better plop, plop sound. You know what I'm saying? Sounds wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right, let's get rid of this cube. And I don't want a square. I'm gonna choose this. I want to make like an environment. I want a mountain. I want some very basic geometric shapes, because we all can do it. Look, you go add a mesh, got a cube, got a sphere, icosphere, cylinder, cone, torus, cube, plane. Easy stuff. But as we'll see, you don't have to be like, you can do this without having to get very complex. So if you kind of have, because I know there's some of you that like have a little bit of a background, maybe in some of this. And that sounds really good. Man, it sounds really good. I got a new a lamp up there, but like it's a lot taller so you can't see it. How did I get that lamp? Because from you guys, I've got some good people out there that love the show, support the show. They're buying the NFTs. And someone said, hey mate, I got no interest in opening up a cryptocurrency wallet and signing on and getting NFT. I will learn it. But yo, your lamp is shit. I can't watch these SDHOs because your lamp is so shit. And it's making me go mental, and I bought you a new lamp coming over from the seas, across the Atlantic Ocean, across the pond, as we say, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Jordania. I don't know if you're a dude or a woman or whatever. Thank you for this sweet lamp, and if you guys want to contribute, buy an NFT or whatever, but we're going to get deep. I knew I had to have art, cover art, when I would upload my music, and I got really excited when I started learning Blender, because I thought, what if I could bring these virtual environments as my cover art? And I knew I didn't have to learn it that well. I knew Blender would be tough. I knew learning CGI would be tough. Blender's free, get it now. But I knew I didn't need to do complex things. I wanted to make like a mountain, water, stars in the sky. Maybe a sphere that was glass, you know, like, just cause, like maybe a pyramid, you know what I mean? Like easy stuff. And so I knew if I could just figure out Blender a tiny bit, I could do it. And then I did do that, and then I did a lot more. So we're gonna do something very basic. So one of the things I'm gonna do is we're gonna get some water, and then we're gonna get a mountain, and then we are gonna add just random shapes, like basic primitive shapes, because like they look cool, and we're gonna make them look extra sleek and sexy, up and chill. And yeah, this is just gonna be like, this is just gonna be a great one. I mean, like it's already a great one because we're happy, we're learning new things, and I'm gonna do a few things here. I'm just looking into this thing. So anyways, there's a lot of ways to make mountains. Actually, I think we'll do water first. So like, what would a water be? So let's add a mesh, because you need to have like polygons, right? So let's just do a plane, basic. I mean, what the hell else would water be, right? We're gonna scale this bad boy right here. 13, very lucky number. I honestly think 13 is my favorite number. It's like the best. I almost think it's like the best number, to be honest with you. Whenever people tell you a number's scary and wrong, probably means they're trying to fake you out, and it's actually like the best number. But think for yourself. Always be thinking for yourself. I think I need to slow down. We haven't done anything yet. Are you guys still here? Are you still watching? You should, because it's about to get so crazy. You're about to soil your britches. I truthfully don't even know what britches are. Are those pants? Are those like knickers or whatever you crazy people say? I don't know. So, well, we can't see anything. Why? You gotta go to, you have to go to some sort of like a render preview. This thing basically just, this is a different render preview. This is the real render preview. We've got this sun right here. See, we turn the sun off. This doesn't look very real, does it? Well, that's why we're going to go into the world shader. Now, when you work, if any of y'all have been in like a game engine like Unity or Unreal, or if you just know about video games, they call it a skybox. In Blender, we just call it like the world shader. But if you've heard the word skybox before, that's what this equivalent is. So I'm gonna go to my HDRIs. These things are free. You can like find them online. Polyhaven gives you these. It used to be called HDRI Haven. It doesn't really matter. I just need something to light the scene that's like more wonderful. That's like more than just the sun, you know, which we will mess around with. But we want our water right here. Now, we don't have to have this background, right? We don't have to have this. We can make it where it like still provides light to our scene, because this white plane, which, oh look, we can move it around, yay. Oh, that's cool, it's gonna rotate and stuff. Yeah, that's not fun. Let's go to the object, and let's change its color. By the way, we can make it any color we want. We'll just do that, because it's kind of expected. And I think I'm gonna go into the camera, adjust the camera settings, because look, this is what we're looking at. But let's move the camera down, shall we? Okay. No. There's like a little delay. This does use up a lot of like CPU. If you thought Ableton taxed your computer hard, wait till you start using one of these programs where it's like rendering in real time. And by the way, if any of you gangsters were wondering, there's a thing called a render engine. By the way, this is gonna get so cool and fun. I hope you're hanging out with me. Just so you know, whether it's Ableton or anything that I'm hanging out with you guys, talking to you about, I don't always expect you to like know or to follow along. I'm trying to like show you these things and get you excited and give you ideas. So don't think like, hey, I don't know what you was doing. It's making me go mental. I had to go get off and go to me Julie's house and get her some fish and chips right here. Wonderful. So let's make this look more like water, shall we? Well, let's make it more shiny. Wonderful. You like them reflections. So that's a big thing when you're working in 3D. So if you ever hear artsy, fartsy, tartsy people say, yeah, the reflections and the shadows were just like, they were just like, as an artsy, fartsy girl, I love my reflections and shadows. And you're just like, get out of here. Just like those people who are like, music's my life. Life is music. It's like, I love those people. Don't get me wrong. But let's not be pretentious here. Any event, let's add a bump map. Don't worry about what I'm doing. If you want to learn, I'll teach ya, ratcha. Because I'm your teacher, ratcha. Oh, wonderful. Someone said that water looks so good, I'm about to soil me britches. Ratcha. Wonderful. Make it look however you want. So now we got water, ratcha. We got this little beautiful, sassy background. Now someone chimed in and they said, hey, what if I want to, make the sky like a weird color or something? Well, don't worry, people, I got your back. Because I always got your back like that. I don't know, you want pink? Wonderful. And you got the color blend modes. You can do some cool stuff. I don't know if I really want to do that, Rachio. So yeah, it looks good. And as I'm sure you know, let's render this. Let's go in the rendering tab. Oh yeah, that was so special. Oh, that was so special for me. That was my first render, even though my mom said it made her go mental. All right, let's get the next one going, Macho. Sometimes rendering can take so long, but we use Eevee render. See the Eevee up there? You've heard of Eevee. I think there's like a Pokemon Eevee or something. I don't even know what that means, Rachel. But like you could do cycles, which is like more of a, which is more of like a realistic ray tracing render engine, but it takes too long. And like whenever you do that, you get like, so like now look at how different it is. It does like that shit. Yeah. Not happening, sorry. I don't ever use cycles. Cause like I wanted to do animations. So if you do an animation, you're not just rendering one frame, you're rendering like 300. 300 frames gets you 10 seconds at 30 frames per second. So yeah, and I'm rendering it like a higher resolution. So yeah, I don't use that. But we'll click over, let's take a look at cycles. This is what it looks like in cycles land. Why is it white here? It's because I changed this. I don't know if it's a bug, but watch, I'll bring it back to linear and it'll change. It's more like physically accurate, but I'd rather look at this ratio. And go back to that other thing. Just mess with the colors a little bit. So what else would we add? Well, let's add some objects, right? You know, I mean, this thing is our water, and let's add a cube. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm gonna scale it down. Maybe rotate it in a certain way. Let's give it a material. Well, that's boring. Let's make it metallic. Make it shinier. Too shiny. Who doesn't like a sphere? I thought this would be like the, let's make it smooth. I thought this would be like the thumbnail, but now I'm like, this is so simple. I can't make this a thumbnail. People won't want to watch it. Maybe that's all in my head. Maybe that's just all in my head. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You know I love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. I love it. That's what we got going on. That's what we got going and flowing. Someone said, hey, you told me you was gonna be making a mountain. You did not make a mountain. Why is you lying to me? Everyone lies to me. Governments lied to me. Everything's lying to me. Sorry. I'll get on that mountain, my friend. So, sometimes we'll pop out just because it's easier to navigate. You know what I mean? Like, we won't be able to, like, move around this easy. I can show you an interesting way to make a mountain, but I'm gonna do the easy way where you just, there's like a mountain generator. So yeah, you don't have to know that much. Look at this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So you do a lot of like scaling of stuff. We can, this kind of looks kind of, and like you just play around with things, you know, like, and the crazy thing is, because you know, so many people ask me, they were like, you know, we really like your art. We've bought all of the NFTs because we love you. We love your art. It makes us feel really good. We really like it. But how do you make these things? How do you make them boop? How do you make them boop? What I tell people, and everyone's different, and like maybe you guys feel me on this because you are also creators, whether you're doing it on Ableton or whatever, Photoshop, After Effects, Blender, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, maybe you is one of them Adobe Clouds chill. The way I make things is I don't always have an idea in my head, but I have like a very loose idea like this, you know, and let's go back to render mode. That looks like shit right here. And I start playing with it, right? And things happen like this. It's all white. I don't want it to be white. So like, let's change it. Like, let's make it purple. Oh, that gave me an idea. What if we make it metallic? Oh, that gives us a little bit more visual interest. What if we make it less shiny? What if we make it more shiny? You know what I mean? And so what happens is like you start doing this, which I'm assuming is similar to like your sets in Ableton, you know what I mean? And like, something wants to come through and you're looking at it, you get an idea of excitement, you follow it, and then like it just starts to almost come to life, you know what I mean? So you don't have to worry too much about all of that. So it's like, okay, I want to get some like a bump up on Chia. Just like we did with the water. It wouldn't be like completely pink, you know, which I mean, we can change this at any time, you know. Wouldn't be like completely gold, so let's change that. Again, you don't have to know anything that I'm doing, but I will teach you this if you want. See how it kind of looks more like natural? This sucks, man. I can't put this as the thumbnail. I had this idea. I was like, yo, man, when I'm gonna make this like, you know, SDHO, but like, it's not gonna be Ableton, it's gonna be Blender, and then like, you know, like the thing we make in this 3D art hangout is gonna be the thumb. I can't make this the thumbnail. I can't make this maybe I can. Who knows? Yeah, man, I don't know. By the way, you know you could like own these thumbnails and only you would own it and it would be reinforced because you have an NFT on the blockchain. Do you need an NFT? No. But it's a way to support someone you know and love, and you love it, and we're gonna learn all this shit. So like, what do we want to do? Well, I don't know, maybe I don't like this dumb thing. Maybe this needs to be higher up. We're just screwing around. Like, I know it's just random geometric shapes floating in space, but I want you to like understand, and by the way, I'm gonna drop a bevel on here to get better shading. I want you to understand that like, you don't actually have to like know this stuff that well. Like, you can make very cool things. Like, oh, I'm gonna duplicate it. Yay! You know? Let's like make this kind of blue. Let's see here. Maybe that looks cool. Like, I was literally about to lose my mind. I'm like, yo, I make this shit all the time. Like, why is this such shit? I want to, you know, I mean, because there's a good thing in like simplicity and like making something like really interesting and chill. And by the way, if we go back to the rendering tab, gross. Let's click render just so you can see. So you can like export this out to like a PNG or a JPEG or whatever you want. Yeah, this is definitely not gonna be a thumbnail, but you got a lot of cool things you can do. Like, you can come in here and you can like rotate this HDRI around. You can click on this ball. You can do other things to it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And let's give this more detail. There's a lot of things you could do. Let's bring that sun back. The sun is good because, like, see how the mountain just changed? It's got more pliff and sliff. I made those words up. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it does seem like it kind of means a thing. Dun, 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 dun. Change color. Change color, but chill. Got another thing you can do. This big cube, do a thing called a volumetric. We won't be able to see our clouds anymore, but take a look at this. Let's give some fog. Look at how foggy it is. It reminds me of Great Britain. I don't know, is it like that? I have no idea. By the way, I hope you guys like me being goofy. Make you feel better when you feel like you're losing your mumbly jumblies. What? Let's render this. See what's up, right? I think I'm gonna get rid of that fog. You can choose how much fog you want. I mean, that was probably too much fog, but whatever. Let's just render it, see what's up. 2560 by 1040/40. That's my preferred output ratio. It's like double the 1920 1080. So this is cool. It's right here. This is where we started. We started right here. Wonderful. More wonderful. Extra wonderful. Too much fog. I think I'm gonna get rid of the fog. Let's take a look at this sphere, give it a different color. I'm gonna get rid of this volumetric. I'm just gonna hide it. By the way, it's not supposed to be like a sun or anything. It's just supposed to be like a glowing ball, because like that's fun. Yeah, maybe we don't want the cube. And you can like put all these on their own different like render layers, and you can do all kinds of interesting stuff with all of it. But like honestly, like someone could learn and make it a goal at the very least to like figure out how to make water. Oh, water, 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 water. Check, you got your water right here. Mountain. You got your mountain right here. And a good, cool looking ball. A sphere right here. As soon as you ask a question, answers start happening. When we get excited and we start asking these questions, as soon as you start doing the research, like you're gonna get answers. As soon as it's like, well, like what kind of a program did like people even use? Oh, like they use this, they use Blender, they use Cinema 4D, they use 3ds Max, they use Houdini, which Houdini is the best program. For the most part, like if you're like a 3D digital artist that's posting your work, you're probably either using Blender or Cinema 4D. Cinema 4D costs an arm and a leg, all of them do, but like Blender's the most powerful, even though it's free, open source, but like Houdini is a bit more advanced because everything is nodes. So when you saw me connecting those nodes, everything is nodes based, which just gives you more possibilities, but Blender's already doing that. So that's just like a little bit of information on some of that stuff. Like this is not obviously not gonna be a thumbnail. I can make this look really good eventually, but I wanted to just be like, you know, this is how you can make a beautiful looking thing, get some water, get some mountains, just put some cool metallic-y glass spheres going on. And you can export this, you know, render it out, and then change the colors and add things. Like you don't have to know that much. You just have to like see a thing, get excited. Remember I said when you ask a question, answers come. When you're excited and you're like, ooh, what if I go down chill? What if I go chill? You know, and then all of a sudden, it's almost like the creative powers, the creative forces move through you. And when that happens, apparently we are very close to our soul, to our higher self, and you feel good. When you feel your soul connecting with you, which is what happens when you're doing these Ableton, digital art, whatever, anytime you're doing anything creative, you're like connecting with like the version of you that's on the other side of the veil, the other realm, you know, like your soul or whatever, you know? And so you're connecting with that, and it's really cool. It's really fun. I like to look at it. I like to look at this little shiny yellow ball, and I like to look at this water, and the water looks nice, and I like these clouds, and I like this sky, and I like this dumb mountain. And like, if I was starting Blender and I made this, I would like send it to everyone I know. I'm like, look at it. You know, it's just simple and interesting. And that's the takeaway, because a lot of times people get into these new fields of interest and intrigue, whether it's Ableton, whether it's anything, digital art, and they think they have to be like this Einstein of Photoshop. And it's like, you don't. Like, you can just know like a couple of things and just have fun. And in that feeling of having fun and intrigue and interest, like, you could make a thing that's not like complex, but like it's just satisfying. It's satisfying to your soul. Satisfy my soul. Some of that Bob Marley for you, Rachel. By the way, guys, this has been fun. We'll get back to Ableton. Hopefully you hung out with me. Smash a like if you watched all the way to the end. And thank you very much. You've been great, Rachel.